Major League pitch since April. A strike and we are underway.
By the way, I've got to tell this story. A couple years ago, spring training in Peoria, 105 game in Peoria, right? They're starting at like 103 and a hay. I mean, we still got like a minute and a half, 2 minutes left. And I hit my cough button on my box here, and I start yelling at the umpire, "Hey, wait a minute, we're not ready yet. We're not back from." And the umpire's kind of turning around, and the hitter's kind of stepping out a little bit. They still started anyway.
You didn't stop them, huh?
Love spring training.
The informality of the spring. Adam Kennedy leading off the game, takes up high. As you saw, we got underway right on time at 7:05. 68 degrees at game time tonight. Kennedy 0 for 4 with a sacrifice bunt last night. 3-2. Out into right center field, and there's a base hit. Venable moves over to cut it off, and Adam Kennedy has his first hit of the series. Let's look at the Oakland lineup. Manager Bob Guerin, Kennedy leading off. Then it is Cust, Holiday in the 3 spot. Jason Giambi hitting cleanup with 5 ribbies in his last 4 games. Suzuki catching. Cabrera had a big hit last night, a couple of big hits, playing short. Sweeney's in center, Hanahan at third, and Brett Anderson the pitcher.
Well, Walter Silva back in the saddle in the big leagues, and he throws every pitch imaginable. Fastball, sinker, curveball, slider, change, split. Throws pretty much everything. Not overpowering. 88 to 90 on the fastball. Works quickly. And you know what? This is a story, we've talked about it quite a bit in spring training. But what a great story. And it's guys like Walter that you really root for, especially when they make it back to the big leagues. Doesn't seem to be intimidated. You know, pitching in winter ball all those years, and of course the experience.
In case you're unfamiliar with the story of Walter Silva, he is a 32-year-old from Mazatlan, Mexico. Had been pitching in Monterrey in the Mexican League. The Gonzalez brothers, Adrian and Edgar, had played with and against Walter Silva for a number of years. Made the Padres organization aware of Walter Silva. But Black went down, watched him pitch in winter ball, and eventually got an invite to spring training, made the club.
Oh, and by the way, I did some homework. Talked to Eliezer Alfonso, and he said it is just that.
Eliezer.
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 Yep.
So there's the final word.
Yep. Final answer.
A little bit low to Cust. 3 balls and a strike, and Silva falls behind again.
What's cool about Walter Silva, his glove, the guante that he is sporting tonight, looks like a new glove, but I think it's got the flag of Mexico on it. It's a roll-in glove, which is manufactured in Mexico. On the back side of the fingers, he's got, I think I saw some orange or some red, white, and green. That's when you know you're a big leaguer, is when you've got your...
Get your name stitched in it?
Yes.
There you can see the flag. Here's the 3-2, and instead a check on Kennedy. See how aggressive Bob Guerin wants to get here early. Wants to start Adam Kennedy with nobody out in the first.
Hey, you know, when your offense is struggling like it is, why not, right?
I think Kennedy's probably going to be on the move here.
I would concur.
He is not, and Cust hits a bullet into right field for a base hit. And Kennedy taking the turn on his way to third. Throw is cut off. And Cust with his base hit. And Oakland has runners at the corners with nobody out. Here's the San Diego defense tonight. In the outfield, Kyle Blanks getting the start in left, his first major league start. Gwynn and Venable, Headley, Cabrera, Eckstein, and Adrian Gonzalez, with Headley getting the start at third. And 15 starts in left field at AAA for Kyle. So making the transition from first base, at least adding left field to his normal position of first base.
He was out early with Rick Renteria, taking some line drives, taking some balls off the bat, maneuvering out there in left field.
First and third, nobody out for left fielder Matt Holliday. Melts the first one foul. 2 hits last night, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. These teams come in with identical records. Oakland and San Diego, each 29 and 37. Oakland 8 games back in the American League West. Padres 14 back in the National League West. Another foul out of play, right field. A's 4 for 8 last night with runners in scoring position. 0-2 pitch from Silva.
0-2 mistake, and Holliday just couldn't catch up to it. That was a 90-mile-an-hour heater right down the dish. Look at this one. Oh, my. Well, the A's are hoping that the A's heat up. Just like hopefully Matt Holliday will heat up. In the month of June, they're 10 and 8, so they're above 500.
Slow chop towards short. Cabrera, his only plays at first, close there, but they get the initial out. Kennedy scoring, and Oakland takes the 1-0 lead. 39th RBI for Holliday.
The Padres got an out. The A's get an RBI, and we're going to check out the Carl's Jr. pitch track. Fastballs to Holliday. Silva's just trying to locate in different locations with the heater. 3 straight, and then the breaking ball gets him out in front, tops it on that good sharp curveball to get that grounder.
We've got a pitching question for you for that sequence. And this isn't to be critical, but he was behind 3 fastballs, correct?
That's a good point.
Why not throw him a 4th one?
That's true. That's
kind of sped up his bat there, right?
That's very observant on your part, and I think if you look at this pitch here,
which is a 1-0 to Giambi.
You could try to locate the fastball in a little bit if he's not catching up to it, but I think it's the location of the curveball, and maybe he took a lot off to where he was way out in front.
Right. I'm not being critical of the pitch selection.
I know
just asking.
I know what you mean.
Why vary from what he had been behind there? 1-1 pitch. Off speed to Giambi.
There's a swing and a miss.
We're at the park at the park.
Oh, hockey suit.
Right back through the box.
Yeah.
Could go for extra bases. Now he's going to hold up. Inside to Giambi. Couple of hits last night for Jason Giambi. Couple of RBIs, one coming on a bases loaded hit by pitch. Missed inside. 3-2.
To get back to your point also against Holliday, I think when you speed up a guy's bat, a slider is a more dangerous pitch than a curveball, I think, because it's a different break. 12-6 rather than 2-8. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And Giambi walks on the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to bring a first inning visit from Darren Balsley.
Boy, just like that. Maybe a little refresher course on the scouting report on Suzuki coming up with a force at any base, but he wants to talk to the whole infield. Well, Jimmy and Millie are getting married, and nobody has an idea to get for a wedding gift. Well, candlesticks are nice. Okay, let's get 2.
2 would be nice. Defense last night turned a couple of double plays, including one off the bat of Kurt Suzuki in the 5th inning of last night's game. Suzuki batted in a 2 spot last night, batting in the 5-hole tonight.
And he has grounded into 6 double plays this year. Orlando Cabrera leads in that category with 9.
Fouls it back for strike 1. Last night was a 3-hit night for Suzuki, 3 singles and an RBI. A run in, 2 men on, 1 out, just underway in the Oakland first inning. Walter Silva, his 24th pitch of the inning. Oh, 2 pitch. Popped up, shallow center field, long run for Gwynn, but Tony able to get there. We saw Cabrera sprinting out, but Tony was able to come in, make the catch, and 2 away in the Oakland first.
And the one concern on a high pop fly is the cloud cover. It's really not totally dark yet. Sometimes guys will have a tough time seeing the ball off the bat.
Here's what Tony's seeing from center field. Looking back towards home plate. Cabrera had the game-winning hit, a 2-run double with 2 outs in the 8th last night. And Cabrera, in his post-game comments last night, hearkened to his at-bat prior to the game winner in the 8th, when he had a 15-pitch 6th inning AB, a little flare out the left, and there comes Kyle Blanks. His first chance in left field in the big leagues, makes the basket catch to end the inning. And Oakland picks up a run on a couple of hits. And Strand 2. Tony Gwynn Jr. leading off in center field with David Eckstein at second base. Adrian in the 3 spot has reached base 11 consecutive plate appearances. Headley hitting cleanup, playing third with Blanks in left. Alfonso catching, then Venable. This pitcher is batting 8th for the 2nd straight night, and Cabrera, the shortstop, 9th. Tony, a bunt. Here comes the second baseman, Kennedy, the flip to first. And they nipped him by an eyelash. That throw came in by belt high to Giambi, but he gathered it and held on.
Great idea by Tony, and it had to be a perfect play by Kennedy. Maybe, you know, and I'm not criticizing Tony at all, but I think if you were to ask him if that was bunted maybe a little softer, but it was too hard. Obviously, I mean, that's a tough play when you're trying to drag bunt like that. I'm not saying that. It was a great idea, It was just bunted a little bit too hard.
If Kennedy's got to come in one more step
or half
to
a
feel
step,
that.
absolutely. Well, the left-hander, 21 years old. Fastball, curveball, slider, and a change. He'll two-seam it. He'll four-seam it. Big kid, too. One of the 4 rookies that they have in their rotation for the Oakland Athletics.
Heck, sends one foul into the first base seats.
Got a pretty good idea what he's doing out there also.
Yeah, his father, Frank, is the head baseball coach at Oklahoma State.
Cowboys.
In fact, his dad is here tonight. And a foul tip into the glove of Suzuki, a strikeout. Athletics defense brought to you by SD Storage, where $1 moves you in. Go to SDStorage.com to find a store near you today. Sweeney's in center tonight with Custon Wright, and it's Matt Holliday in left field. 65 of his 66 games at that spot.
Still can't get used to him in an Oakland uniform.
It does still look strange.
Yep.
Not to see Colorado across the chest. So here is Adrian with 2 outs. Has reached base 11 consecutive plate appearances. Now last night only one official at bat. A 3rd inning double. He walked 4 other times, including 2 times intentionally.
Another thing I like about Anderson, he works quickly. He gets that rock, gets right up on that rubber, and goes to work. Going from the third base side of that rubber.
His dad, Frank, I mentioned, is the head baseball coach, but his dad's background is pitching. In fact, his dad was the pitching coach at Texas when Matt Holliday's dad was the head coach at Oklahoma State, and the two, in essence, switched jobs. Matt's dad got let go at Oklahoma State. Frank Anderson was hired as the Oklahoma State head coach. And Matt Holliday's dad took over as the pitching coach at Texas. Well, these two are teammates in the big leagues. Grounded out to Kennedy, and that ends the string for Adrian. 11 consecutive plate appearances, reaching ends with a ground out to second, and San Diego goes down in order in the first. And have the bottom 3 up against Walter Silva. Breaking ball drops low to Ryan Sweeney. There's a strike call.
I think you're going to see a lot of that tonight from Walter Silva. Pitching backwards. Soft stuff in fastball counts. Soft stuff early, first pitch.
Way high with the 89-mile-per-hour fastball. For the most part, Walter falling behind in the count here.
Well, that was my next point. Hopefully he doesn't fall behind a lot and then have to go to the old numero uno and then get knocked around.
3-1 on Sweeney leading off.
That hot dog's got no chance.
Into left field. And a base hit for Sweeney. Blanks cutting it off. Well, he did make him earn his way on there. 3-1 pitch. Sweeney singles, and that's the third base hit for Oakland.
And he was able to see 4 pitches before he got that pitch at the inside out. It was a fastball in the inner part of the plate. It's almost Tony Gwynn-like. Going the opposite way with the pitch in. Getting the hands through. Hitting the inside part of the baseball.
Third baseman Jack Hanahan. And there is a first pitch strike from Silva. One home run on the season for Hanahan. Takes under the hands, a ball and a strike. Hanahan was Big Ten Player of the Year in 2000 while at the University of Minnesota.
Gophers.
Was a Gopher.
Mark Marilla. Stump.
In fact, Stump reminded me of the fact that Jack Hanahan was a Gopher when this series began.
Paul Molitor. Dave Winfield.
Dave Winfield, of course, here tonight. Check swing on a ball inside.
In fact, Ryan Lefevre, the son of Jim Lefevre,
played there. Now he's broadcasting for the Royals.
Right.
Nobody out in the Oakland second. Chopper right side and right along the line. That's a fair ball. Adrian steps on. It's the out of Hanahan, and Sweeney down to second. That'll bring up the pitcher. Brett Anderson, one major league at bat. A strikeout.
Gotta be bunting him right here, don't you think?
I think so.
Out. See if Walter Silva gets off a mound quickly and could possibly get that lead runner. Oh, he's swinging.
Still not showing bunt. It takes a strike 1-1.
Remember, every time I came up to the plate with one out, guy on second base, I was butting him over. No way I was going to drive him in.
The 1-1 pitch.
He kind of looks like a hitter with that stance. It's not a bad swing.
Played at Stillwater High School in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Which, of course, is where Matt Holliday also went. Tap back towards the mound over Silva. Eckstein comes in to make the play, and Sweeney remains at second.
There's an example of speed of a guy's bat also. Pitcher that's behind the fastball, he threw a wrinkle. And because that ball was not hit sharply, that could have been trouble and another base runner for the Padres. Big breaking ball, tops it, just out of the reach of Walter. And then leave it to Eck, making it look easy.
Well, Silva did a little jump for the ball, and I guess that was enough to keep Sweeney at second base. Otherwise, you would have thought Sweeney would have advanced on that ball to the right side.
And the thing I read also from Silva, he didn't want to try to touch that ball because they didn't want to slow it up for Eckstein, and that he wouldn't have been able to make the play.
Yeah, if he wasn't going to be able to field it cleanly himself,
Right.
why slow it down or cause it to carry him off in an unusual direction? Kennedy singled and scored in the first. Belts one down the left field side. It is slicing near the line and will go foul. There's that ball hit by the pitcher Anderson. And
yeah, see how he pulled his glove down? Just so he wouldn't make contact with that ball, enabling Eckstein to make the play.
And as it turned out, the smart play for Silva. 0-2 count.
Adam Kennedy is one of those swings, and see if you agree with me or not. He seems like he's one of those hitters that puts tremendous topspin on the ball.
A lot of whip.
The way he swings, the bat comes over and tops the ball a lot.
Absolutely. I described it as a whip, but it kind of. Goes upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. It's a very identifiable swing that he's had going back to his Angel days. Originally was in the Cardinals organization. Traded over to the Angels. Eventually came back to St. Louis, and now in his first year with Oakland. Two and two. Up and in.
I'm betting off speed here. But the way Silva's been thrown tonight, a lot of pitches, deep counts, first base open.
Well, was it 0-2 count? Now full here. And the upcoming pitch will be Silva's 48th of the game.
Fastball.
Into center field, base hit. Sweeney will score, and Kennedy drives in his 23rd run of the game, or 23rd run of the year, to make it a 2-0 game.
Oh, 23rd run of the game.
That'd be quite a night.
That'd be quite
a record
in the second inning. That'd be sweet.
Well, but he got a fastball there.
I was surprised.
I'm with you on that.
Well, as we take a look, Alfonso was set up a way, but that ball just looked like it got too much of the plate.
Jack Cuss coming up, in the infield shifts. Cuss singled to right in the first inning. You have the shortstop Cabrera playing on the first base side. First one down and in. It trickles past Alfonso, and Kennedy advances to second. A wild pitch.
Oh, I thought that was a catchable ball.
Reached for it.
You know what? I would have to call that one a pass ball. Breaking ball. Sure, he had to backhand it. Yeah, I think that should be ruled a pass ball. That's just me, though.
Ball and a strike.
I mean, just because he had to backhand it doesn't mean anything. He's a big league catcher.
Now they have switched it to a pass ball.
And I'll bet you if you asked him, Eliezer, you think you should have caught that? He'd probably, yeah, I should have caught that. Now, hopefully for Walter Silva and Padres, he is left stranded out there at second base.
Yeah, the scoring change could make a difference if Kennedy were to score here, as far as earned or unearned, with it being a pass ball instead of a wild pitch. 1-2 to Cust. Up high.
Wow, 52 pitches.
A ton. Through an inning and 2/3.
Bullpen, be ready.
Crushed down the right field side, foul. Two count. Silva trying to get through this top half of the second. Well, the shift working there. Eckstein from shallow right. Throws out Cust. Oakland adds a run on a couple of hits. Headley, Blanks, and Alfonso coming up.
Get ready for the beach with a free Padres beach towel. Get yours Saturday, July 4th as we take on the Dodgers at a special 1:05 start time.
Yeah, get ready for the beach with this year's Padres beach towel presented by San Diego County Toyota dealers. It's out to right field. And on the first pitch, Headley flies to Cust.
I'll tell you what, David Eckstein could sell ice cubes to Eskimos. He's passionate. He can get it done.
Says it with passion. You are right about that. There's Eck. Kyle Blanks made his major league debut as a pinch hitter. In the ninth inning last night, was called out on strikes. His numbers at AAA Portland include a dozen homers. Blanks was hitting .370 in the month of June down at AAA.
You know, he's got the build. He's got the swing to where if he squares up on one, they are going to go a long way. Oh, and he's got the sweet Jose Cardinal do working on the big screen, too. That's 1975 Chicago Cub look. Jose Cardinal. Oscar Gamble.
Check swing, ball inside, and a full count.
That's so
That's
sweet.
not quite Oscar Gamble, but yeah, that's definitely Cardinal. Oscar had.
Yes.
Oh, it was huge. Got him on the inside corner. Anderson has retired the first 5 San Diego hitters of the game. 2 outs in the second.
Remember last night the at-bat for Kyle Blanks, righty on righty. He got caught looking on an indoor breaking ball. That was a straight fastball from Anderson, right at the knees, right on the inside corner.
The A's are Alfonso. Strike 1 from Anderson. In his Padre debut last night, 2 hits, a couple of singles, 2 for 5. Reaches and rolls it to the right side. Adam Kennedy was cheating up the middle, but moves to his left. Throwing out Alfonso. Anderson's retired the first 6 at the end of 2. 2-0 Oakland. Top of the 3rd at Petco Park, 2-0 Oakland. And our standings brought to you by Firestone and the American League West. Rangers lead down to a half game over the Angels. And the Athletics come in 8 games out. Angels have won 7 in a row going into their matchup. The Weaver brothers are pitching against each other tonight. Dodgers have a 5-2 lead in the 5th. Holiday out to short, and Cabrera throws him out. 1 away in the top of the 3rd.
Walter Silva needs a quick inning. 27 pitches in the first inning, 27 pitches in the second inning.
And 2 pitches to get Holiday for the first out of the 3rd.
By the way, did you see the civil rights game unis being awarded by the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago White Sox?
Awesome.
Very cool. How about the Reds with the number on the back and the name below the number? That is so cool. And then the White Sox are wearing the old powder blues with the Chicago block letters across the chest.
I was not familiar with that uniform at all before seeing it today.
Mid to late 50s.
The Reds design I had seen in some pictures, but I was not familiar with the White Sox.
Louis Aparicio era.
Yeah, I certainly remember that era and remember pictures, but I don't remember that particular uniform. It was a 2-1 to Giambi. Hit sharply, and Adrian picks it, makes the flip to Silva. The Gold Glover taking a base hit away from Jason Giambi and 2 outs.
Oh, he makes it look so easy, so smooth. Great extension. Wow. That's the short pick. And then Silva covering in plenty of time. You know, I take that back. That was one of those in-between hops. That's a tough play.
Did you notice Eck, though, behind him? If
Yes.
by chance Adrian didn't come up with that, Eck had a chance at that ball. Even though it was hit that sharply. 2 outs. Base is empty for Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki flied to center in the first inning. 4-game hitting streak, which he extended with 3 hits last night. Now Silva flirting with getting through this third in quick fashion. He's retired the first 2 at 0-2 count on Suzuki. High drive, deep left. Blanks backing up. Has room to make the catch. And a much better inning for Silva. Blanks making the play. Bottom 3 coming up for San Diego. The lead is at the park just across from Petco. By MTS. Save gas, save money. Ride MTS to Petco Park. For more information, log on to www.sdmts.com. And by Ron Baker Chevrolet, your home for the Silverado Superstore. Saturday night, the 2-0 Oakland lead as the Padres come up in the last of the third against 21-year-old Brett Anderson.
Saturday night's all right for fighting, right? Isn't that what Elton John said?
That was an Elton song.
But we're lovers here. We're not
lovers,
promoting
not
that. Yeah. Adrian fans.
Venable, then the pitchers Silva and Cabrera. Game number 12 in the big leagues this year for Will. Anderson pounding the zone, 0-2.
Had a chat with manager Bob Guerin before the game, and his son goes to high school up in Danville, where it's in the East Bay area. And Bob said to me, he goes, hey, I talked to Buddy Black, and he said, I want to talk to Will Venable and Chris Young. And I asked if it was okay by Buddy to talk to those guys. I go, why? What's up? He goes, well, my son's a junior in high school, and he just got done talking to the Princeton baseball coach. So Bob Guerin's son is being recruited by Princeton.
And Bob was able to visit with Will and CY before the game today about that very topic. And that hit him. Venable takes his base, and there's the first San Diego base runner of the game.
Well, Anderson is not afraid to come inside. He's not afraid to use both sides of the plate, to righties and lefties alike. This one just kind of gets away from him a little bit. And I wonder if that got the jersey or.
I think it hit the end of the bat.
Wow, the head of the bat came down, huh?
Here's Silva, the pitcher, batting in the 8th spot. With a chance to bunt him over and bunts it foul. Let's take a listen. I think that hit the bat.
Yeah. Well, on the side replay, you can see the ball change direction off the head of the bat. Wow. Is that like an Eeyore hat or something?
I have no idea what to call that thing.
That's right out of Disneyland, isn't it?
That's a weird kind of Dr. Seuss. No, it is Disneyland, yeah.
Oh, sorry about knowing my Disney characters. Yeah, Eeyore's the donkey, right? Just moping around, not energetic at all, drinks decaf.
Pickoff attempt at first. Even with 2 strikes, Silva continuing to show bunt. There goes Venable. Throw down to second, not even close.
Surprised William didn't slide. Good jump first move from the left-hander and goes in standing up. You know, it looked like he was caught in between two. It looked like he wanted to slide maybe and then pulled up. And the reason why you want to slide there is because if you're going in full bore to second base, you might overrun it. You get tagged out. Back.
Down to Cabrera. Venable is able to get back safely.
Just throw to the base. That's the idea. The infielder will be there. If you throw, it's like a quarterback throwing to a spot on the field. The receiver's got a route, right? Same type deal for the catcher to throw to the base. The infielder should be there.
Now the third baseman, Cabrera, that is the shortstop, evidently has a glove issue. New guante, please.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he has one on the bench or looks like.
Well, it is glove day tomorrow here at Petco Park. Maybe we can go grab the Chris Young glove.
Yeah.
We're going to give away tomorrow.
Needs his backup mitt. Got to have a backup mitt.
Kids, be at the ballpark tomorrow for interleague play. Your Padres take on this Oakland club, and all kids 14 and younger, and maybe even Orlando Cabrera will get a free Padres glove presented by Scripps Cancer Center. 3-2 delivery. Right side, and that's going to get through. Venable held up at third as Cuss plays it in. And Walter Silva switching off. Picks up his second major league hit.
Very nice. That ball could not have been placed any perfectly than there. It was down and in. He hit down on it, beating the defense. They were really playing shallow in right field, so Cuss charging that ball. These are the guantes being given out tomorrow, right?
These are nice.
Father's Day.
At the Chris Young
graph. Well, how do you want to call this next play?
Better do this so nobody can read our lips.
You think he's going to throw a breaking ball?
I think he's going to start with.
What's this guy's average coming up to the plate?
Everett Cabrera's hitting 278.
Really?
Yeah.
How many home runs?
No big league homers yet.
Wow. All right, let's get him.
All right. Bring your gloves, but you got to have them on, right?
Yeah.
You got to be ready. Sometimes they get to you in a hurry. Switch hitting Cabrera, batting right-handed.
Hey,
it's the bat.
I wonder if his grips are worn a little bit. Looks like he's got plenty of stickum on there. You know, usually when you see a guy do that, it's like on a breaking ball that's down and away, and that one just clearly.
Up the middle, base hit. Venable scores. Silva down to second. First major league RBI for Everett Cabrera, and it's 2-1.
See, the pitch. This is where it worked out for the Padres with the pitcher batting eighth. Silva puts the ball in play, gets a knock. Okay, it's first and third. Now the number 9 spot, Cabrera, who could also be a leadoff guy. He's acting as if he's a leadoff guy there, punching it through the middle for an RBI. And now you've got speed again from the left side in Tony Gwynn.
Bob Guerin, the manager, coming out. He wants the other infielders to come in as well. He's summoned first baseman Giambi. Well, the leadoff hit by pitch of Venable. A ball that looked like it hit his bat instead of the body, but Padres taking advantage. Wills come in to score after the Silva base hit and now the Cabrera RBI single. And top of the order up with Tony Gwynn. Tony tried to bunt his way on in the first and was thrown out on a good play by the second baseman Kennedy. Shortens up and takes ball one. Ball 2 from Anderson. At least on the first couple of pitches. Gwynn looking serious, like he wants to bunt the runners over here.
We've got some movement on the infield. Now Anderson's thinking, okay, he's giving himself up. I'm going to just throw one right down the middle. Now does Tony elect to swing away on this?
He does and rolls it softly foul. And Hoffman at third.
Signs, everywhere a sign. Blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the signs?
What was the sign to Tony? The 2-1. Way high.
Fastball count. It's got to be right in that little area. That size of a shoebox. Glenn Hoffman reminding the base runners, hey, line drive, let it go through. You don't want to be doubled up.
And a 5-pitch walk to Gwynn loads the bases. Now Suzuki out for a quick talk with Anderson. The Padres have him loaded for Eckstein.
This is what we were talking about in the pregame show, right? Runners in scoring position. This is where the Padres have to come through. And this is where David Eckstein is telling himself, you know what, I have to come through. I've got to pick up my teammates. I want to give Walter Silva a little bit of a pad here, if not a tie, maybe a 1-run lead. Nobody out, bases drunk. You got the number 2 hitter coming up with Adrian on deck. The Padres have to make hay here.
Eck, one of the hardest guys to strike out in the National League. Fanned by Anderson in the first. Base hit left field. Silva scores to tie it. Cabrera gets the stop sign. Slams on the brakes. It's an RBI single for Eck, and it's 2-2. Well, there's a situation. Maybe if it's the 9th inning and that's the winning run, you send him right there. But with nobody out in the second and Adrian coming up, you got to hold him up right there.
Great call. Absolutely right on that. Glenn Hoffman, knowing the situation, And Eck jumping all over the first pitch fastball because it's right there. Put a good swing on it in the merry-go-round inning. 1 on, 1 off.
Adrian grounded out to second his first time and fouls that off. Padres have come back with 2 so far in the bottom of the third and tied this game. The 0-1. Fouled back. Wow. Since June of last year. Be nice to get rid of that goose egg. Got him looking. It's a big strikeout for Anderson, and a scowl from Adrian. He heads back to the dugout. He's saying, was that up?
Well, lefty on lefty. Let's check out the Carl's Jr. pitch track. Anderson, first pitch, high breaky ball. He offered at it. He swung at it. Now he's in the hole, 0-2. And you know what? That's not a bad pitch. I think that's a good pitch. And remember the first breaky ball Adrian swung at? That was even a worse pitch. I thought it was a pretty good pitch.
Track said it was strike 3. Headley takes a strike. By the way, the last Padres grand slam was hit by Kuzminoff on that day, June 14th, 2008 at Cleveland, and it came off Edward Mujica when he was with the Indians. Who's not in the lineup tonight? There's a bouncer to third, step on, throw to first, and a double play ends the inning. Padres settled for 2, had a chance for more. Tied up. Yeah, the question, who was the last Oakland Athletic to win a batting title?
I think I know this one.
True on that one. We'll have the answer for you a little bit later.
I'm going to write it down.
Well, hey, if you're the Athletics and Brett Anderson, you got to feel pretty good because you'd given up the tying runs and the bases were loaded with nobody out. With Adrian coming up and Headley and no further damage. So it's a 2-2 game into the fourth. Orlando Cabrera, the shortstop, leading off against Silva. Cabrera flied to left his first time up. and low, 2-1. Cabrera, the 6th hardest player in the American League to strike out, and that's certainly borne out in the 6th inning last night when he had a 15-pitch at bat that took more than 10 minutes to complete. And he brought that up in his postgame comments because in his following at bat in the 8th, when he had his 2-run double that proved to be the game winner, he grounds out to Eck here. But Cabrera basically said, hey, I built the confidence in the previous at bat. I saw a bunch of pitches, and that allowed me to come through in the 8th inning. Ryan Sweeney, the center fielder, singled and scored in the 2nd. Well, after a 27-pitch first and a 27-pitch second, Walter Silva had a 9-pitch 3rd. Hunter Wendelstedt, the plate umpire, says that one outside to Sweeney.
I love it when an umpire does that.
When he speaks in complete sentences like that?
It answers your question if you think differently, right?
Just fouled down the right field line.
Okay, you're in the dugout, you're a coach or a manager, and there's a pitch, hits the guy just says ball. Okay, well, if you think it's close, you're going to say, hey, where was it? Then you start, chirping at one another, and then people start getting defensive and start snapping back. You can clearly hear him say, no, that one's outside. Okay, no need to ask.
Bounced out to short, and Cabrera bobbles, picks, throws, safe. The first major league error for Cabrera, who with his arm was almost able to make up for it.
I think Everett may have gotten a little lax on this one and maybe tried to play it, just kicked up and hit the heel of the glove. Boy, he's got a cannon, doesn't he? Let's take a look. 1, 2. Kind of played it off to the side a little bit, Kind of olayed it a little bit.
And Sweeney's on with 1 out for Hanahan. Okay, while we're on the subject of umpiring, Brian Knight, who was at second base last night, there was the call on Tony Gwynn at second base when he came off the bag and Cabrera reached, and really the video was not conclusive as to whether he got touched or not. I asked Tony, and Tony says he thought he felt Cabrera touch him on the side.
Oh, really?
So Tony felt that way, and apparently there was a tag. Brian Knight got the call right in that situation, and that was a very big call. Totally changed the whole complexion of that inning, because it went from possibly being bases loaded, nobody out for Adrian, to first and third, and they walked Adrian first and third to load him up. Hanahan swings and strikes out.
Nice hammer.
First strikeout of the night for Walter Silva.
Nose to toes breaking ball. And Hanahan cannot make contact on that one.
Pitcher Brett Anderson grounded out. Takes the first pitch strike. Rolled out to the second baseman Eckstein in the second inning. That one misses low. 2 balls and a strike. Brett Anderson, had he played collegiately, would have played for his dad at Oklahoma State, but he was originally a second-round pick of Arizona. In 2006, came over to the A's on the Dan Herron trade. You got to give that to Oakland when give up their
yeah.
guys. They've gotten some really good young players in return. 2-2. Got him looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Silva. An error and a man left on, and the Athletics have stranded 4. Kyle Blanks leading off when we return. Here it is again. Who was the last Oakland Athletic to win a batting title? Kind of a trick question because no Oakland Athletic has actually ever won a batting title. The last A's batting title came in 1952 when they were the Philadelphia Athletics. You remember Ferris Fain when he hit 327?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Ferris Fain won the title back in '52 with the Philadelphia Athletics.
That's a good question. Whoever thought of that one.
You know, when you were going to guess, who were you going to say? Carney Lansford?
Carney Lansford.
Yeah, that'd be the best guess, I would think.
But I guess he won a batting title as a Red Sox.
Blake's called out on strikes his first time. Kyle, then Alfonso, and Venable.
Well, let me ask you a question here, Mr. Neely. Kyle Blanks, okay, it's tough enough hitting the big leagues already, right? His 2 plate appearances, he has struck out twice. How have they gotten him out? How have they gotten him out?
Mainly working in.
Inside, right? Let's see if they stick to that plan.
Down and in, 3 balls and a strike.
If you get a fastball here, Kyle, in that zone, put a hack on it.
Breaks his bat, rounds to short. Cabrera gloves and throws, and out by a step. Well, got a fastball, but had to reach for it. Kind of rolled over it a bit, and the bat didn't stay in one piece.
Kind of a tailing fastball on the outer half of the plate, low. It's a good pitch. And Blanks can run a little bit now. Getting down that line, 6'6", 270.
The A's are Alfonso, the catcher. Line right field. Cuss to his right. 2 outs. Anderson retires the first 2. And sitting right at 50 pitches.
I like this kid's stuff. He's got a pretty good idea what to do out there also. Using both sides of the plate. Mixing his off-speed stuff nicely. You know, the ratio's not the best, but hey. Sometimes the ratio is overrated. Just like street sweepers. And
hey, I got to say something about that. You said street sweepers because that's the second time you've used that analogy. You know, one of the guys when we come back on the road trip that unloads here at the ballpark at Petco, when we get our luggage, the players and staff and all, he says, "Hey, tell Mud." Actually, thought I said. He said, "I'm a street sweeper."
Oh, I've got nothing against street sweepers. The people who drive them.
Yeah, he's a street sweeper
the
driver.
Street sweeper themselves.
But he says that they actually do clean the streets, and I'm like, okay, you can debate that with Mud.
All right.
But anyway, your analogy. Wave and a miss, 2-2. Like street sweepers and?
I don't know. I'll have to check my list because Eddie Barnes actually made me a list. He emailed them to me. There's so many of them.
Rolling the windows down and not using the AC.
Yeah, when you roll down your windows when you get in the car and turn on the AC, just leave the windows up. They'll kick out cold air. It'll eventually circulate.
Base is empty, 2 outs and a 3-2 to Venable. Towards the middle. Kennedy, the second baseman, close but out by a step. Padres go down in order for the third time, and at the end of 4, it's 2-2.
As always, big game recap brought to you by my good friends at Murray Lamper Construction. You need more space for quality, integrity, and value. There's only one company to call, folks. Murray Lamper Construction. Get on the web for more information at murraylampert.com.
Got his glove and his younger brother at the ballpark tonight. And the hat for hat night. Top of the order, Adam Kennedy. He's already singled twice. Scored once. Knocked in a run. Important guy for Silva to keep off base.
Oh, that's awesome. That's Bear Bryant.
Bear Bryant, yeah.
Yeah, Crimson Tide. That's a good look. Oh, there's Fritz wearing the pork pie tonight.
Well, after not striking out a hitter through the first 3 and a third innings, Silva's now fanned 3 in a row.
Looks a little late on this pitch, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that ball's by his belt buckle as that barrel starts to come through the hitting zone. It's a nice little straw fedora, it looks like.
Jack Cuss, the right fielder, has singled
I bought 4 hats today.
So that makes, well, that's
Did not get the Nanook from the North hat, Dad.
That's the Spin Doctor's hat.
Nice. Yeah. That'll keep you warm.
That's the giveaway for tonight. A hat. Kansas City Monarchs hat entering the Negro Leagues tonight. And I mentioned it during the Open. One of the former Negro League players here tonight, Emilio Navarro, who threw out a ceremonial first pitch, 103 years old. And moving around like he's not a day over 50.
That was great. That was awesome.
Just missed inside. 3 balls and a strike. Don Newcomb came down from L.A. tonight. He's in attendance.
Always dressed to the nines, Mr. Newcomb.
And he's a hat guy. Big rip and a miss and a full count. "90 pitches now for Silva, which is a lot, but he had 52 through the first 2 innings. Comes back and gets the strikeout at Cuss, and that's 4 in a row. Leaves Cuss shaking his head.
I was just going to say, he's got Jack talking to himself as he reaches for that little slider. We've seen the big hook curveball. We've seen the slider. As I mentioned earlier, he throws them all. That is a sweet guante he's got, isn't it? More and more I look at that thing, that's nice.
Rip and a miss by Holiday. He's grounded out to short twice, but one of those in the first inning brought in the game's first run. Nothing at 2. You know, AAA numbers are AAA numbers, but Silva, while down at Portland, opponent batting average with the bases empty 191. Working out of the stretch with runners on, opponents hit 347 down there.
Wow.
So no question that indicates
there's better stuff out of the windup.
Yeah.
So if a guy gets a hit, just go from the windup, let him go all the way to third and take the chances? Why not, right?
Maybe if the statistics are that one-sided. Pitch to Holiday. Breaks his bat, pops it up out into shallow right and along the line into foul territory. Adrian squeezes it. Silva's starting to settle in, even though the pitch count getting up there. He's now retired 5 in a row.
And every time you return, it'll be a $3 discount. They've got great steaks, great food, and safe room for dessert, for crying out loud. It's raining lobster here. For all the information, go to valleyviewcasino.com, 12 miles northeast of Escondido. Remember, it's raining lobster. Hallelujah, it's raining lobster.
Raining lobster. It's raining the crustaceans.
Trying to think of new ideas.
Silva bounces it towards the middle. Cabrera throws him out. It actually rained a little bit here downtown today. A little bit of drizzle? No, it didn't. Well, apparently it rained lobster here in the broadcast booth, but outside we had a little bit of drizzle.
It had that feel all day today, that the humidity, the moisture in the air, that there was a threat of rain.
Single to center and an RBI in the third for Cabrera. You want to feel humidity. As that's hit towards right center and well. And Sweeney's going to chase this, and let's watch Cabrera run. He is around second, headed for third, and he is going to make it a head-first slide without a throw. First big league triple for Everett Cabrera, who found the alley in right center.
He sure is fun to watch. 2 plate appearances, 2 knocks, going up the center of the diamond and staying on that breaking ball from Anderson nicely. What a good-looking swing. Short, compact swing and beating the defense, going all the way to the beach. He could have went into third standing up, but he wants those guys in the clubhouse to shout it out. He wants to get that uni dirty.
Go ahead, run at third with 1 out. The infield comes in for the Athletics. Top of the order for T. Gwynn. Thrown out bunting and is walked. Six in a row had been retired by Anderson before the 1-out triple from Cabrera. Will play left side, 0-2.
You know, third base coach Glenn Hoffman is relaying signs to Tony Gwynn, and then he'll go over to Cabrera at third base, just tell him what's going on. And I know I've mentioned this story before. Watch how Glenn goes over. Matt Williams, when he was playing third base for the Giants, the Cleveland, and those teams, he would get up right next to the hitter or the runner. I mean, literally rubbing shoulders so he could try to hear what the third base coach is saying to see if the squeeze is on, or if there's a play on.
Eavesdrop.
It was great. Yeah.
Just off the outside edge, 1-2.
Hanahan's not even going over there towards third base.
Gwynn, a little floater out towards center, and that is going to drop. Cabrera trots in, and San Diego takes a 3-2 lead. Third RBI for Gwynn. Well, with the infield in, no chance for either Cabrera or Kennedy to get back into shallow center and make the catch.
Doesn't matter how hard you hit it, right? It's where you hit it. As Willie Keeler said way back in the 20s, hit them where they ain't. And there ain't nobody there with the infield in.
Triple and a run scored for Cabrera, 2 for 2 tonight. The Fever's offense, 5 hits in this game. And now a 3-2 lead, last of the 5th. Giambi and Gwynn now in a conversation, and the conversation on the mound, pitching coach Kurt Youngins. Eck fanned in the first inning. Moving a run with a single to left in the third. 0-2. Anderson ahead in the count. Check swing. The ball down and in, and a sliding pickup by Suzuki. .67 pitches. Brett Anderson here in the 5th. Set the side down in order 3 times. Back to the mound. Go to first, completes the double play. And the second double play turned by the Oakland defense tonight.
Fireworks. Enjoy a spectacular fireworks show following every Friday home game.
And the next one Friday, July 3rd. Stay after the game for a special Patriotic Friday fireworks presented by Padres Banking at Bank of America. And get your tickets early and save at Padres.com/fireworks. Hey, look, fellas.
Remember back when you were a kid, you went to a big league ball game? You said yours was first in St. Louis, right?
Correct, yes.
What a great feeling that was.
Magical. How green the field was, even though it was artificial turf in St. Louis.
I went to Wrigley Field was my first one, and then Old Comiskey Park, which was
that was a great ballpark. And why they didn't make the new one more like the old one, I'll never know.
You're absolutely right. They should have made that duplicate of the old Comiskey Park.
Giambi pulling it foul. Mason has walked and grounded out 0 for 1. Father's Day tomorrow. And the father's out with the families.
He's got his hands full.
Well, that's what being a father's all about, right?
Absolutely.
Having your hands full.
Yep.
100th pitch from Silva, and Eck playing out in shallow right. Throwing out Giambi. 1 away.
You know what Eck did last time up, and that last play just reminded me of it. There was a play where there was a 4-3 play, and Eck was playing on the grass, and as soon as the ball was struck, he backed up like 2 or 3 steps so he can get a truer hop so the lip of the grass wouldn't get caught in between.
Right.
And he made the play, but rather than charging the baseball, he actually backed up so he'd get more play of the grass in front of him to get a truer hop.
Don't charge and get the lip.
Right. And it was either on the ball cussed in the second inning, or that might have been it for that last out.
Umpire to Suzuki, 2 balls, no strikes. Kurt Suzuki, the native of Maui. These are very high on this guy. Like his defense, like the bat. I think they have their everyday catcher for a lot of years here. A homegrown player for Oakland. Taking on 3-0. One out walk. It's the tying run on base. Hey, it is time for the Subway $5 footlong fan poll. Who's your favorite Padre left-handed starter of all time? A. Randy Jones. B. Sterling Hitchcock. C. David Wells. Text Subway to 269-411 to participate. Cabrera. 0 for 2.
Where's Will Ledesma on that list?
Will did not make that list.
Dennis Rasmussen. Old Razzie.
Darren Balsley out.
I think this is twofold. One is to get the left-hander Joe Thatcher a little bit extra time, and also Darren Balsley go out there and just see how he feels. Kind of check the engine a little bit.
Well, you got 106 pitches from Silva, and you've got 3 lefties in a row after Cabrera. I would think this is Silva's last hitter, wouldn't you? Regardless of the outcome.
So how about a double play ball, huh? And go 6 complete.
Get him out of the inning.
I mentioned it earlier. Ideal. I mentioned it earlier. Cabrera leads the swing-ins with 9 grounding into double plays.
To the alley in right center field. It is cut off by Venable. But Suzuki goes to third. And the A's have runners at the corners with 1 out. Balsley will make sure that Thatcher is ready. Bud Black will make the walk. So 5 1/3 innings for Silva.
He rebounded nicely.
He did. I was just going to say 54 pitches or thereabouts through the first 2 innings. So when you take that into account, the fact that he made it into the 6th, a pretty good thing. So the Padres make a pitching change. The runners at the corners, 1 out in the 6th, and we'll get the lefty Joe Thatcher. You can stop by Discount Tire for a free tire inspection and air gauge. And if you're not satisfied with one of their tires, please feel free to bring it back. Union proudly supporting our hometown Padres. 23 branches in San Diego County. Our mission is your mission. And it is the lefty, Joe Thatcher.
And the lefty Thatcher's out there with a 1-run lead and 1 out to face the lefty Sweeney. Hanahan is on deck, and then Anderson, the pitcher, bats left-handed. Plain and simple, Joe Thatcher has to get the left-handers out. Wow, Walter Silva with a 107-pitch effort as compared to Anderson, who has only tossed 68 this evening.
Tying run, Suzuki at third. Cabrera the go-ahead run at first here in the Oakland sixth. 3-2 San Diego. And Ryan Sweeney the batter. He singled and scored in the second and reached on an error in the fourth. A first pitch strike. Got him to reach for it. 0-2. Thatcher threw an inning last night. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 strikeout. Sweeney lines it over the third baseman Headley into left. Suzuki scores to tie it. 16th RBI for Ryan Sweeney, and it's 3-3.
Well, he wanted it outside, but it was just elevated. It's thigh high, enabling Sweeney to hit it over the head of Headley at third base. Now, if that ball is down where he wants it, there's a chance that he hits it into the ground, because it looked like Headley was positioned perfectly. It was directly over his head. But if the pitch is down, the ball's going to be hit on the ground. It was just elevated a little bit too much, having him serve it into left field.
Thatcher faced Sweeney last night in the 8th inning, and Sweeney flied to left. This time he singles to left to tie the game. Ball went outside to Jack Hanahan.
You know what else hurts about that Sweeney hit is being 0-2.
They had him down to the count. Hanahan's grounded to first and struck out. And now it bounces off the glove of Alfonso, and the runners advance. That's the second pass ball charged to Alfonso tonight.
Yeah, very, very catchable ball.
Now 2 in scoring position, and a 2-0 to Hanahan with the infield in. Strike call. Now the left field side, foul.
Once again, what I say yesterday about pitchers working down, got to miss down here. If he puts it in play, you want take your chance of getting a grounder. If you elevate something, it's a fly ball to the outfield, it's a line drive.
Full count. You have the pitcher due up next. Nobody up in the Oakland bullpen, so it certainly looks like Fred Anderson is going to bat for himself. First base open here. Off his foot, foul. That's a foul ball.
Oh, that hack right there from the left side. That reminds me of the old Billy Beane hack back in the 1983 Jackson Mets. Billy back then trying to learn how to switch hit. So I would just counter with the old yacker, and he'd be finding his way back to the dugout there in Jackson.
Down the left field side. Foul. Clay Meredith now up for San Diego. Down the right field side. And also foul. Broke his bat. Well, now the A's do get a pitcher up. Michael Wirtz, who was the winning pitcher in last night's game, begins to loosen. "3-2." And he walked him to load the bases. And Anderson will not bat. And Nomar Garciaparra.
You got to bring the righty in now, don't you? I mean, he's hot down there in that bullpen.
Now Wirtz just got up.
Meredith has been thrown in that Padre bullpen for a while. He should be hot. He gets 8 more when he gets out there.
But blackout. And with a right-handed Garciaparra coming up, we'll get Clay Meredith. This pitching change brought to you by your San Diego Hyundai dealers. Discover why nobody can say what Hyundai can say at SanDiegoHyundaiDealers.com. RCP Block and Brick, retaining walls, interlocking pavers, natural stone, everything for your hardscape needs. Create your dream yard today. Visit rcpblock.com.
Well, if the Padres ever needed a double play, it's right here and now. We got the right-hander Garciaparra, who was announced. He is swinging the shillelagh on deck. You see the numbers for Clay Meredith. Low 3/4, low 3/4, I should say. The buggy whip, trying to get that grounder. Now, with that said, sometimes a pitcher can run into some bad luck when you get one of those toppers, those high choppers. Hopefully Clay Meredith can get a grounder right at one of his infielders.
Avalanche Heating and Cooling, your comfort is our priority. Most hits by a pitcher this season. Oakland with 3. Of course, last night they had reliever Edgar Gonzalez with 2 base hits. And he was the first American League reliever to have 2 hits in a game in 37 years. The last one was the Angels. Eddie Fisher, May 10th of 72.
Eddie Fisher, wasn't he married to Elizabeth Taylor?
Different Eddie Fisher, but yeah.
Got it.
One of Liz's many marriages. Nomar pinch hitting, bases loaded. One out, score tied at 3 in the 6th, and ball one outside. Murciapara pinch hit last night. Ground ball towards the middle. Cabrera flip. Eck relay. There's 2 to end the inning. 6-4-3. There's a big double play turned by the Padres defense. There's 6. With Sequan Casino's incredible all-you-can-eat prime rib buffet now for only $10. This game in the hands of the bullpens. 3-3, bottom of the 6th. New pitcher. He was the winner last night for the A's. It's Michael Works.
He's their primary setup guy. Fastball, slider, and a change. Very hard. Excellent slider. Straight down. Great tilt. He'll throw that pitch both to righties and to lefties. Great numbers as you took a look at the 192 opponent's batting average. Pretty much just a fastball slider type pitcher.
Adrian is grounded to second and struck out looking. On one long hop to Giambi. 3 unassisted. Tonight's comparison brought to you by Marvin K. Brown, San Diego's newest Mitsubishi dealer. Adrian, after 2,252 career at-bats, compared to Reggie Jackson at this stage in his career, and the home run numbers somewhat similar. 133 to 120.
Wow.
First pitch strike to Chase. He fly to right and grounded into a 5-3 double play.
You know, I had a question, and this is just a random thought because of that Reggie Jackson graphic. Arizona State guy, right?
Correct.
And I don't know why it just popped up. They didn't have aluminum bats back then. They used wood, right?
You know, that is a really good question. When did colleges start using aluminum consistently?
If I were a betting man, I would have to say when Reggie Jackson was in college at ASU, they used wooden bats. Because I remember Little Leaguing for my dad when my dad was coaching and I was young. He coached like a pony league team, colt league team. I still remember going to get the bats. They were wooden bats, and this was in the late 60s, early 70s, 70-ish, 71-ish.
Reggie Jackson would have gone to Arizona State.
Early 60s, right?
Yeah, early to
mid-60s?
Mid-60s, yeah.
You know, it would be interesting to see the numbers that guys put up back then using wood bats as opposed to guys now.
And how gradual or significant was the transition. That's
right.
To the right side, and Adam Kennedy. That certainly is the big thing that makes college baseball so different from pro baseball. An aluminum bat makes it
now
anyways a totally different game.
Now they've got these wood bat leagues. Have you ever heard of those?
Well, like the summer leagues?
Right.
Yeah, like Cape
college
Cod
kids?
Yeah. Sure, in the summer. Give scouts a much better opportunity to see how a kid swings with wood. First big league start for Kyle Blanks. Has struck out and grounded to short. The list of guys who hit a high number of home runs with aluminum in college that didn't make the transition to wood in pro ball is a long one. Takes a fastball for a strike, 0-2.
Well, Reggie Jackson's first year with the Kansas City Athletics before they went to Oakland in '68 was 1967. So he was at ASU from what, 62 to 66? Or he may have went out of his junior year,
63, 4, 5.
Right.
6. Towards left center field. And Kyle Blanks has his first major league hit. A 2-out, 6th inning single. He shortened up behind in the count, placed it into left center field. Saved the baseball for Kyle.
Well, no more blanks for Kyle, right? He's got an average.
Right now it's 250, 1 for 4. 1 for 3 tonight. Blanks aboard, Filiezer Alfonso. Strike 1 from Wirtz. Alfonso grounded out to second in the second inning and lined out to right in the 4th.
Well, Eliezer Alfonso's got a little Ramon Hernandez in him right there, doesn't he? Little
a lot of
profile.
Look at that, yeah. One. Instead of check on Blanks. Worried that the big guy may be on the run there.
You know, I thought it was really cool in spring training when Kyle Blanks had number 66 because he's 6'6".
Right.
Now he wears number 22, which is a cool number. I think he should have went Mario Lemieux. Stayed with 66.
Stayed with 66.
Yeah.
Where is height? Strikeout of Alfonso ends the inning. And Blanks gets his first big league hit. And he's stranded. And the Park, presented by Cox. Beginning June 12th, they started showing all Padres Channel 4 road broadcast live on the video board in the Park at the Park. Concession stands are open for the Friday and Saturday away games. So we'll be in Seattle on, Tuesday night? That'll be your next opportunity. Come out to Park in the Park.
Love the Northwest. Love the Emerald City. Seattle.
Great town, great ballpark.
Everything about it is great.
Top of the order in the Oakland 7th, 3-3 game. Adam Kennedy, Custon, Holiday. No balls, 2 strikes. Meredith came in, inherited 2 men aboard in the 6th, and got a double play ball off the bat of Garcia Parra. That's golfed into left center field, and Adam Kennedy has his 3rd hit.
Oh, you ain't kidding. He went down and golfed that one. Nice easy swing too. Almost kind of like he felt for that. Didn't really attack the ball. Just kind of guiding that bat through the zone. Leadoff man aboard for the 3rd time for the A's. First time since the 2nd inning. Custis' base hit was a single in the 1st. Also grounded out and struck out. 3 runs, now 7 hits for Oakland. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Padres. Oakland has stranded 6. Padres have left 3 on base. The numbers for each starting pitcher strikingly similar, but the two got to those numbers very different ways. Anderson went 5, 3 runs, 5 hits with a walk and 3 Ks. Walter Silva went 5 1/3, 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks. But Silva threw 107 pitches, and Anderson threw 68. And the reason Anderson was lifted is for a pinch hitter with the A's putting a rally together in the 6th. Otherwise, he'd still be in this game. 0-2 on Cust. Meredith with another throw to first base. Hey, remember last night, was it Holiday who was leading off only by a couple of steps, and all of a sudden he took off and stole? Remember?
He was safe at second. The play video showed that he was out. This is hit deep to left center field. Gwynn tagging Kennedy. Will advance a base. That's great base running.
That's a heads-up play. I love that. And more guys don't do that.
Read well by Kennedy with the ball deep into left center field, and he tags up and advances.
As a base runner, you see the numbers of their uniform. They're going back, and if he can't go 90 feet when they're 150 feet, I mean, that's heads-up base running.
So the go-ahead run is at second instead of first base for Holiday. An RBI ground out in the first. His 39th run batted into the season. Did he? Yes, says first base umpire Brian Knight.
Sure did. If he hit it, it would have been a double.
Broken bat. Meredith flips the runner back and on to first to retire Holiday. Clay at least gave a little courtesy look out to Kennedy and kept him at bay.
I love that sound. The wood snapping. In fact, if pitchers were smart enough, which they all are.
I was wondering where you were going with that. It shocked me the way that statement began.
There's a way you could. Well, let's listen to it first, and then I'll make my point. Oh, it's music to my ears. There's got to be a way you can download that sound and have it as a ringtone in your phone.
Think so?
That's awesome.
The sound of breaking wood. They're going to put Giambi on.
Breaking wind.
Well, yeah, that's not exactly a ringtone. Oh, so that's been a ringtone I've been hearing all this time. Okay.
Forced at any base now with the intentional pass.
Suzuki will be the hitter. Well, Suzuki for 2, walked and scored in the 6th. Scored the game tying run an inning ago.
Pretty good pitch.
Off the outside edge for ball 1. Two on, 2 outs in the Oakland 7th. 3-3 game. Oakland scored run in the first, a run in the second to lead 2-0. Padres tied it with 2 in the 3rd. Padres took the lead with 1 in the 5th, and Oakland tied it with Suzuki scoring in the 6th. That's into right field. Kennedy coming around. Here comes the throw by Venable. It's offline, and Oakland takes the lead on a Suzuki single to right. 4-3 Oakland. #25th RBI for Kurt Suzuki.
Suzuki just did a fine job of going with this pitch. Shortening it up, recognizing the breaking ball away and staying on it. And Will Venable just offline up the first base line. Lucky the Padres, for the Padres, that ball didn't hit that bat and bounce away, or else those runners would have moved up another 90 feet.
Herrera looks at a strike.
That's why I think it's the job of the catcher, when there's a play developing like that, to go out and get that bat and throw it over near the dugout so the ball doesn't. Because I've seen it many times where a ball would come in and hit a bat and goes all over the place and everybody moves up.
Chopped out to Cabrera, who drops it. Maybe his second error of the game, and the bases are loaded.
Just couldn't, went for the, as the ball hits the glove, trying to go over the transfer. I don't know whether Everett's trying to be a little bit too lax there or what, but just a good old-fashioned boot.
And that's going to force Bud Black evidently to make a double switch here. This pitching change brought to you by San Diego Harley-Davidson, where we are always country first. Greg Burt will come out of the San Diego bullpen. of loan and deposit products. Membership is open to all who live, work, or go to school in San Diego County. And Burke becomes the 4th San Diego pitcher tonight.
Well, good numbers, and got to keep it at 1-run deficit here with the A's leading 4-3. After the leadoff single, 2 quick outs, then the intentional pass, and the error didn't help matters, prolonging the inning. And coming up, left-hander has already got a couple of hits and an RBI.
Cruz comes in to play third base. He's going to bat in the 8th spot, vacated by the pitcher. Headley moves from third base to left field. So the pitcher, Burke, is actually in the spot that was occupied by Blanks in the 5 spot. Ryan Sweeney, the center fielder, as Bud alluded to, has already knocked in a run. 2 for 3 with a run scored. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 4-3 Oakland in the 7th. Over with low, ball 1. Sweeney, a liner to right. Venable in the vicinity, makes the catch. A run, and Oakland leaves the bases loaded. Time to stretch at Petco Park with the A's leading by 1. For locations, check out fandiego.com. For ceiling fans, go to Fan Diego. Some of our younger Fan Diego fans of the game tonight.
He doesn't know what to think. Oh, he's happy now. He's like, what is that guy doing?
Not those blue eyes.
You can't beat fun at the old ballpark.
Here we go to the 7th. Bottom 3 up. 4-3 Oakland. Will Venable will lead off. Hit by pitch and scored in the 3rd. Rounded out in the 4th.
By the way, remember you mentioned that the Weavers were hooking horns up in Anaheim?
Right.
Jeff and Jared. On ESPN, I thought it was really, really cool. They had Mr. and Mrs. Weaver in the stands watching their sons. And each of them, wow, Nice breaking ball from Wirtz.
Second strikeout for Wirtz. So how'd they handle that?
As we take a look, watch the tilt of this slider here. Down, and Will can't hang on to the shillelagh. They each had a Dodger and Angel jersey cut in half. One had one half of the Dodgers, other one had the Angels. And it was weird because when Jared struck out a hitter, the mom and dad would stand up and cheer. When Jeff struck out a hitter, the mom and dad would stand up and cheer.
All about the boys.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Dodgers, by the way, won the game 6-4. That ends the Angels' winning streak at 7. Who's batting for the first time? Just came in as part of the double switch.
Wow, looks like the slider is the pitch for Mr. Wirtz, huh?
He has him 0-2.
Wow. Good command of that slider. Good tilt. It's a hard breaking ball.
Takes that one down to the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes.
In fact, the mother of the Weaver boys was quoted as saying before the game, I hope that each of my boys go 7 or 8 innings and there's no score and the bullpens will decide what happens.
Up high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. One out, nobody on in the San Diego 7th. 4-3 Oakland. Three consecutive strikeouts for Wirtz, spanning the first 2 here in the 7th now.
Think it was a slider?
Oh, yeah. Two outs for Cabrera, who singled in a run in the 3rd and then tripled and scored in the 5th. With a fastball at 92 for strike 1.
By the way, Jeff beat Jared today.
The way Jared's been going, I'm a little surprised by that. 2 balls and a strike. One pitch. I'm out in front and on one knee.
Off speed with the slider when he was behind in the count.
Suzuki out to the mound. Just struck out the last 3. He's retired 5 of the 6 he's faced. Blanks on a base hit in the 6th. Now a 2-2 to Cabrera. Fouled on the third base side. Four runs, 8 hits, no errors for Oakland. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 San Diego errors. Oakland has left 9 on base tonight. The Padres 3.
Only 1 extra base hit tonight for the Padres. That was the Tony Gwynn triple. I'm sorry, take that back. The Everett Cabrera triple. I was thinking of last night's game.
Check. 3-2. Cabrera trying to get on to bring up Gwynn here in the 7th inning. 3-2 from Wirtz. And Wirtz strikes out the side. Padres go down in order for the 4th time tonight. This game will move. Go to peopleallstars.com and vote for your favorite everyday All-Star who could represent the Padres and be honored at the 2009 All-Star Game in St. Louis, July 14th on Fox. Hanahan leading off, hits it foul. Eight, 9, and 1 for Oakland in the 8th inning. 4-3 Athletics. Just off the outside edge from Burke. The 1-1. The string on him there.
Like a splitter. Greg Burke throwing the sinker, slider, and a split-fingered fastball. Watch the old trapdoor pitch here. Very nice.
Hanahan in the second, grounded to first, and the 4th struck out. Walked in the 6th, and that was the last batter that starter Walter Silva faced. He went 5 1/3, 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Out to Cabrera. Fires to first to get Hanahan. Pitcher spot due up, and Davis will pinch hit. So Wirtz goes 2 innings, strikes out 4, and allowed 1 hit. Rajay Davis batting for Wirtz. Rajay started in center field last night. It was 0 for 2. That makes you think Yankees, right? That's what you told me before.
Yeah, Uncle Sam, July 4th. You bet. Love it. Wow.
Not getting that low part of the zone. Or low out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Foul tip, a ball and 2 strikes. Davis, who has spent big league time with the Pirates, Giants. 101 games with Oakland last year. Fouled that off his leg. Got the Bills.
I hope they're not rallying for the A's.
I was going to say, those can't be rally caps at this point, are they? With Oakland at the plate. 1-2. Doesn't bite. Alfonso wanted an appeal, but the plate umpire Hunter Wendelstedt did not allow that. One out, nobody aboard in the Oakland 8th inning. Went in center field, shading Davis a little bit to go the other way. The 2-2 from Greg Burke. And pulled down the left field line, and it comes down foul. Davis got a pitch he could turn on and yanked it just foul.
Out in front, just a little bit too much.
Burke's next 2-2.
Hey.
Davis strikes out. We've had a lot of that tonight.
Man, that went right into the Oakland Athletics dugout.
That boy doesn't have to go far to put that one in the rack.
Fastball outside corner and rack him.
Top of the Oakland order, Adam Kennedy. 3 hits. 2 runs scored, has knocked in 1. So just about every Oakland rally tonight, Adam Kennedy's been involved. The 1-0. He hits in the air to deep right field. Venable retreating. It's over his head and bounces out. A solo shot for Kennedy, his 6th of the year. And it's 5-3 Athletics.
Where's that swing again?
Four-hit night for Adam Kennedy.
There's a swing where it's, watch how it looks like it just looks like he comes up and over the top of the ball. You know what I'm saying? He gets that top spin. Like the pitch is here, right? And it's almost like he does this every time. Does that make, is that,
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You're demonstrating
most
it very
guys,
well.
they stay under the ball. And the bat, the bat will travel the same way as the ball that way. It seems like Kennedy gets that with the way he swings. Mm-hmm. So a lot of topspin this way. So that's why you see a lot of the hard hit balls on the line will have some serious sinking action to it.
Cuts belts one deep to left center field. Is it back to back? It sure is. 13th of the year for Cust. It is 6-3. Both the home runs coming on 1-0 counts.
Well, you know what? That's just that pitch, sinker, outer third, and just great extension. And Jack Cust, being very strong man that he is, he squared up on that one nicely.
Holiday with an RBI in the first, 0 for 4. Second time this year the A's have hit back-to-back home runs. The first coming June 3rd at Chicago. Bobby Crosby and Landon Powell at back-to-back. One-two to Holiday. The first two homers in the series for Oakland. They come back to back. By the way, 16th career 4-hit game for Adam Kennedy, ties a career high for him. Strike three call. It's Holiday. But the A's go back to back. Adam Kennedy and Jack Cust. Top of the order coming up for the Padres in the bottom half. A new recliner from Jerome's. Enter for your chance to win the Jerome's Best Seat online at jeromes.com. And when you pay the lowest price on your new furniture, that's Jerry's price. Ed Ziegler's a new pitcher. Comes on for the 27th time. ERA just under 4. Derek Barton takes over at first base. And Davis has stayed in the game and is playing center field. Sweeney moving over to right. Top of the order for San Diego, but now down 3 here in the last of the 8th. Tony knocked in a run with a single in the 5th his last time up. And he's also walked once. Wynn, Eckstein, and Adrian Gonzalez. Ziegler pours in a strike.
That's a
high
knock.
chop. Ziegler safe at first. Infield hit for Gwynn begins the bottom of the 8th. The ball got just enough air under it for him to beat it out.
He made it close. Whoa, that was very close.
Had that throw been maybe belt high instead of making Barton reach, they might have gotten him. Pitch strike to Eck.
Well, as you mentioned, Mark, the second reliever for Bob Guerin, Ziegler. Fastball, slider, change. Doesn't throw hard from that submarine delivery that he's got. Almost like Clay Meredith. Oh, that's a shocker. Eck just fouled the ball off himself.
Oh, 2. Eck singled in a run in the 3rd. If the Padres do not come back in this game, that 3rd inning is going to be the inning they look back on when they already had 2 runs in, bases loaded, nobody out, could not add any further damage of starter Brett Anderson. Had to settle for 2 runs, but that could have very easily been a 3, 4, 5 spot. But Anderson got out of it from that point. Two from Ziegler. The 2-2. Chop towards second. Kennedy, tag, out, throw to first, double play. 3rd double play tonight for Oakland's defense. Tony tried to avoid the tag, but Kennedy got him. And the bases are empty for Adrian. Came in having reached base 11 consecutive plate appearances, 0 for 3 tonight, 2 ground outs and a strikeout. And Ziegler moves him off the plate. Ziegler broke onto the big league scene last year. Unbelievable numbers 3-0 and a 1.06 ERA last year in 47 appearances.
You know, when you look at this game, Mark, you alluded to it a little bit ago. It was a great pitch out of the bullpen that really stopped the A's in the sixth, where they got one run where it could have been much worse. It was that double play ball that Clay Meredith threw. And then a lot of base runners in the seventh inning. But once again, the A's, with the lack of offense this year, taking advantage of those mistakes over the heart of the plate in the eighth inning. Kennedy and Cust. A lot of base runners in the sixth and seventh inning for Oakland. That could have been a huge inning. Both those innings could have been huge innings for Oakland.
Adrian out to left center field. Davis. Leadoff hit, but a double play. Nobody left on. We'll move to the ninth. 6-3 Oakland. Catfish Hunter tosses an 11-inning complete game. The A's beat the Tigers 3-2. It was Catfish's second consecutive extra inning complete game and his seventh complete game in his last 8 starts.
I love stories like that. That's unbelievable. And that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. God rest his soul.
New pitcher for San Diego, Mike Adams.
Well, Bud Black trying to space it out to have his relievers get a little bit of work tomorrow, Sunday, Father's Day, day game, and then Monday an off day as the team will travel to Seattle and Texas for the road trip. Mike trying to rebound after he had an inning yesterday. He pitched quite well. It was the day before when the Mariners were in town. Is that on Monday? Third of an inning, 3 runs, but only 1 was earned.
Yeah, that was Tuesday against Seattle. Only went a third of an inning. Derek Martin batting for the first time tonight. Picked up his first hit of the season last night. Martin doubled in the 9th inning of last night's game. 6 runs, 10 hits for Oakland. 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 San Diego errors. Adams follows Burke, Meredith, Thatcher, and the starter Silva to the mound. Check swing roller towards third. Coos, bare hands, throws, stretch, got him.
Nice.
Coos charging. That little excuse me swing by Barton. And a terrific play by the Padre third baseman. Our Home Depot doing more on defense play. Home Depot more saving, more doing.
Perfect play. And you can see he gets it by a half a step. Do or die play. And that's the main thing when they're a 3-run deficit. Got to keep that runner off base. Nice play by Coos.
Suzuki pops it up. Adrian in fair territory. 2 outs. Hanging a star on that Coos play. That star pretty much right in your grill.
Oh yeah, I'm used to it. I'll just let Marcus do his thing.
Cabrera singled in the 6th, 1 for 4. Adams pours in a strike at 94.
That wing is feeling pretty good, huh?
Looking at the Padre ninth. We've got Headley, the pitcher's spot, and Alfonso. Available on the bench, the left-handed bat of Giles, switch hitting Rodriguez. Right-handed bats of Blanco and Edgar Gonzalez. 0-2. Padres will trail it by at least 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Up and into Cabrera. Andrew Bailey, who closed it out last night for the Athletics, loosening in their bullpen. Foul back in this direction. Adams trying to set down the Athletics in order. Just the 3rd time tonight. This is up high, 2-2. Adams takes a moment off the rubber. Mike brings his 12th pitch of the inning. And it runs full. We'll count on Cabrera. 6th hardest guy to strike out in the American League coming in.
Challenge him with a heater right here.
And he bats. Averaging only 1K every 13 plus plate appearances. Adams sets him down in order. Last chance for San Diego coming up. Prime rib buffet now for only $10. Bottom of the ninth, 6-3 Oakland. And the closer's out for the Athletics, Andrew Bailey.
Fastball, curveball, cutter, and a changeup. Saw the numbers last night. You see them again. Inning and a third. Bob Guerin going into the eighth inning to bring this closer out there. 93-96 on that fastball. And he has promoted himself into the closer role. He started as a long man, then he went up to set up, and now he's closing them out for Bob Guerin.
Headley and Edgar Gonzalez will pinch hit, and Alfonso due up third. Breaking ball, a little looper, and a leaping catch by the shortstop Cabrera.
Any old way you can get on base. But Cabrera doing a nice nutcracker. Russian ballet. Swan Lake.
The Baryshnikov?
Baryshnikov-like.
One away for Edgar. Batting here for the pitcher Adams, who goes to scoreless inning. Final game of this series tomorrow, day baseball, 105. We're on the air at 1 o'clock. Left-hander Dallas Braden will go for the Athletics against right-hander Kevin Correa.
If Dallas Braden has any relation to Neil Braden.
Dallas Braden, 25 years old.
Take that back. Ned Braden from Slapshot, who went to Princeton, actually. College graduate and an American citizen. That's what it says in the yearbook, Jim.
Check. And he said he went around Brian Knight. Strike out of Edgar. Let's look from.
He most definitely went. Yeah.
Sure did. Padres down to their last out. Here's Alfonso. Well, last night, Bailey saved it for the reliever Wirtz. Tonight, Bailey's trying to save it for the reliever, Wirtz. Padres down to their final strike. Meredith on the hook for San Diego. Bailey's 0-2. Alfonso lays off the high cheese at 96. The loss would be the Padres' 7th out of 8 interleague games this year. And 14 of 15 dating back to last season. Two and two on Alfonso, trying to keep this game going for San Diego. 2-2 from Bailey. Towards right center. Cut off by Sweeney, and Alfonso is aboard with a 2-out single. Want to keep it going for Venable.
Bailey pumping the cheese up there about 95, 96, but he threw him a slider there in the outer half of the plate and just served it up to right center field.
No hit by pitch and scored in the third. Also grounded out and struck out. To the backstop. And a wild pitch sends Alfonso down to second.
Well, he really yanked that slider. I mean, Suzuki set up on the outside part of the plate. It's down near the back foot of William Venable. Little words of encouragement from Cabrera and Suzuki. But we've seen stranger things happen, you know.
Padres need one more base runner to have a chance here. You have Kuzman off on deck. All
of a sudden, Bailey's just sights aren't set on home plate.
He's yanked a few. The 2-0. 3-0. Kuz, if he gets up, will be the tying run. Ball 4, and the tying run will come up. Out pops the pitching coach, Kurt Young.
Boy, not what you like to see, obviously, but the last 4 pitches after the base hit by Alfonso, missing. Trying to get the troops fired up with a little quiet riot over the loudspeakers.
Whose only at bat of the night came in the 7th. He struck out. It was against reliever Michael Wirtz. He's the tying run at the plate. Ball 1,
Ball
down
5.
and away. 5 straight out of the zone.
Yeah.
You make him throw at least one?
I would think so.
Giving up three out of the yard.
But then again, you know, Kuz, he can pop one, right? So you get one right there. You take a hack. Ball 6.
Cruz takes the strike. I think you had to make him throw at least one there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now Cruz can gear up. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Bailey. Pretty good rip at the 95-mile-per-hour heater. Padres down to their final strike, however, once again.
Let's see if he put the wrinkle in one.
First pitch of the inning coming from Bailey. Right center. Davis. And the A's have taken the first 2 games of the series. Oakland wins it 6-3. Bailey will pick up his 8th save. We'll come back.